good GGs, but a 2-0 victory in Rainmaker wound up sealing the deal for good GGs. Just full disclosure, obviously I am part of good GGs, so just in the interest of fairness, this is a journalistic endeavor in my eyes, so I do feel the need to at least show my impartiality or make it known. But regardless of that, certainly we'd like to thank you for rocking with us here, twitch.tv/bros_calamity. Hey, if you haven't already, check us out on that social media. Hit him with that social media frame, Moosh. Our boy Jay Moosh, he's the owner of the place. And, yeah, he would certainly appreciate it if you followed us, too, on YouTube at Bros Calamity, Twitter, Bros_Calamity, Facebook, The Gaming Lab, and on Instagram as well, just a little underscore at the end of the Gaming Lab. Join our Discord, too. We're a bunch of Philadelphia Smash players and Splatoon players. We do Switch meetups every 4th Saturday. Is it 4th or 3rd? I can't count. So, yeah, 4th. There we go. And, yeah, if you want to come on out, the address is right there, 3 South York Road, Hatboro, Pennsylvania. And, yeah, I mean, you see the schedule right there. Melee on Tuesdays, Smash for Wii U on Fridays, and a bi-weekly FGC meetup. So, yeah, come on, rock out with us. Project M as well, Pokken Tournament. I haven't played Pokken Tournament yet, but it looks fun. It looks really, really fun. Regardless of that, we are going to have ZL, led by Boing, looking to get back on the winning track. They had a tough run of things against stick controls, but Sweet Potatoes also looking to exact a measure of revenge, as they did lose to the good GGs last round. Put up an incredible fight, especially in tower control. They are not a team with which to be trifled. I will say that, having just played them. So we're going to have to see how this cookie crumbles. And folks, thank you. No, my Squid research associate is helping me with the controls. And yep, that is Jay Moosh. He's in fact the main funder of the research here. He provides the facility and a lot of the testing equipment that we use. But hey, if you want to come out to the Switch meetup, we have 4 Switches that you can utilize if you just want to try out the Switch. It's a good thing to try before you buy, right? So if you want to do it, come on out to the lab, people. You see the lab? You see it right there? Yeah, it's right there. It's okay. So yeah. Oh man, I can touch it. Oh, it's awesome. Look at that. Dude, I never knew this flask felt like this. That's amazing. I'm sorry, I'm amusing myself, but yeah, certainly like to thank you for rocking out with us. It's going to be Sweet Potatoes versus ZL. Both winless right now. They are looking to get their first win right here. We will have to see what how are they in a battle already? What happened? All right, gents. We're having more and more connection issues. I'm sorry about that. That was an episode that happened with Pixely. I have to say that was a little ridiculous, but it was fun. We're going to see what's happening out there. But until then, thanks for sticking with us, taking a break from your day-to-day life, your weekend plans, from binge watching the World Cup. Oh, that's actually me. I can only speak for myself, but I was tempted not to check scores mid-game. But apparently Sweden is beating Germany. Who thought? But I don't know. They also lost to Mexico, so there's that. What can I'm a soccer nut. Sorry, but I'm also a Splatoon nut. And hey, we're nuts about Smash Brothers here at the laboratory. So if you want to watch us every Friday, Ultra We Bear Bears. We're coming up on our the 142nd edition this coming Friday, and Salt. Smash at the Laboratory Tuesdays. We hold Smash 64 on this stream, and the Melee tournament is on twitch.tv/Clash Tournaments. Shoutouts to Chibo, by the way. Chibo, you're the man. And, also this time, next week, we are going to have our final major tournament before the end of Smash for Wii U's life cycle. Brotherly Love, The End, June 30th. Well, I mean, it's our last Brotherly Love, let's say. It's not our last major tournament by a long shot. We have the Arcadian coming up, I believe the 28th, 21st. It's one of those two. The 22nd, thank you so much. It is the Melee Arcadian that's happening on this. Yeah, the 7th. That's what I was about. Don't I know what I'm doing? I am a professional broadcaster. Smash 4, I think you're right on that. That's the 22nd. Absolutely. But, and also, of course, at the end of the summer, August 30th, 31st through September 2nd, we got ourselves a summer jam coming up, people. It is a big super regional. It is happening not here, but just across the river over in Cherry Hill, just across the Delaware. It's going to be a major tournament. Got all sorts of people coming down for that. People from New York, D.C., and obviously the best that Philly has to offer. They're all converging right here. And, well, they're converging here next week for Brotherly Love. But, you know, in Cherry Hill in due time. But, again, as a friend of mine is used to saying, that's then, this is now. Folks, Sweets Potatoes is a team led by Raptura, an incredibly proficient player, very good with the sloshing machine, which you don't see a lot of, and ZL, which we saw him clean up quite a bit in the first matchup, but it was ultimately stick controls that got the better of them. They did a very good job of neutralizing Boeing, is what I noticed. He always led the team in kills, but in splats, excuse me. But he always led the team in splats, but never quite did enough to influence the game. And we have a gentleman joining me on commentary. Thank you so much for joining me, man. First of all, introduce yourself to the good people.
My name is Sumo Storm. Make sure to follow me, Twitter, Sumo_Storm, Instagram, and Twitch.
There you go, man.
Yeah, I was commentating for your game, actually. You guys played well.
We have a very good captain in Pixely. He can do everything except host a room. But that was a saga, let me tell you. But at the same time, Sumo Storm, you're with stick controls, correct?
I am.
That was absolutely the very good side. You and T-Turtle and obviously Muddy just work together very, very well. And I've noticed that. Well, what do you find your role to be in that?
You know, my role is I see Muddy. Muddy clearly knows how to play this game very well.
Yeah.
He is another connection loss.
He's our defense.
But yes, he is.
Even on land we can't keep a connection. It's amazing. But no, and you're absolutely right about Muddy is that he is actually a defending champion here at we have 2 rooms. Okay. Well, we'll get that sorted out, but yeah, our defending champion here at Splatboro Saturdays. And yeah, incredibly proficient. He's scary with a Splattershot Junior of all things.
It's one of those things, you know, I'm not trying to I don't come here, I came here last time. Muddy was on my team. We won. He was the MVP for a reason.
Oh, absolutely.
You know? So it's one of these things. I'm on his team again, so I do know how to play with him more. I know that he's in there getting kills. So for me and my job in that team for there is to be more of a support and make sure everything's splattered around. If we were playing, you know, tower control, everything's splattered around the tower. Make sure if I can get a kill, get those kills, you know, because get on the tower. If he's doing over there doing his thing with the Splattershot Junior with the blaster, then all I have to do is get on the tower.
That's one of the things that we noticed when you were playing tower control is just how well you were able to move around the tower, not just pushing forward, but backwards as well. I mean, it's so important to control your backfield, especially in tower control, so that when you do have to defend, you have so much more room to do it. And that's especially important in a map like Camp Triggerfish where you won, where you have not a whole lot of room to work with if you need to jump off the tower because you could be jumping in water. Yeah,
and it's one of those things that I realized really quick playing this game. I came from a Call of Duty-centered background.
Right.
Obviously, huge change. And it's one of those things where movement is critical in this game is what I felt. Like, hey, if I can get out and quickly back up in, if I can squeeze in to the left and then hop out on the right of you, it's something that helps out in this game to get these kills, the splats, and to get, you know, more, you know, it's an exit strategy. Make sure you're able to get out if, you know, hey, 3 down, you got to get out. You know?
It's definitely not the game where you can sort of camp either. I mean, and you're right. And obviously, movement is important in Call of Duty as well. You got to be able to find your ins and outs on every map. But first of all, it's the same in Splatoon, but also the swimming mechanic is so emphasized. Speed kills in this game, and as you saw, in the World Championships and the Inkling Open. That was a couple of months ago.
Crazy.
It was always the fastest teams and how fast the game is. And when you see weapons like the T-Tech and the end parries just taking over the meta the way they do, it's no coincidence to me that they're both some of the lightest weapons in the game.
Yeah, it's one of those things that it's just like once people find what works, why not use it?
There you go.
You know, like I'm using the end zap. For me, that weapon's my weapon. So it's what I use. It's what I feel like I can be more helpful for my squad. You know, the Squid Squad, I like to call it.
Now, while we're waiting for the match to shake out here or set up, I would like to tell. I mean, we've noticed in the tournament that Japan, the Eastern meta, kind of preferred the end parries, but the Western teams kind of used the Tentatech a little bit more. And I found that interesting, just sort of the dichotomy between those two metas, where they're kind of coverage weapons, but maybe one's a little bit more mobile, one's a little bit more direct, but they both have the Inkjet in common, which just goes to show you how dominant that weapon has been in the meta.
The Inkjet is just one of those things. You get on top of them and you're able to spray bombs of ink down. I mean...
Yeah, it's functionally a jetpack with a blaster.
Right, exactly. And it's very helpful in certain situations. Actually, we saw Pixely coming up. Was it Pixely? Oh, who was it that was coming up clutch? No, I think it was Rakesh. That was coming up really clutch.
That's right. That. No, we saw
and it was crazy to watch. Just one.
I was wondering how he got that triple. Yeah, that was a little. It was a little ridiculous. I'm not gonna lie.
Like, that's actually what helped him win that game for that team. You know, I'm pretty sure he won that game. Maybe not. I can't remember.
When we got the triple and we eventually took the Rainmaker up. Yeah. That was a good game.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's like those things like
I'm blessed with good teammates. What can I say?
Right. It's one of those things. Hey, I got Muddy on my squad, and he's, it's one of those things when you have good people on your team, it creates a sense of comfort.
Yeah.
Your confidence, like, you know.
But also it sort of. But it also emboldens you to do some things, then maybe reach out a little bit more. Not overextend, but just do a little bit more to support those teammates, because you know that you are not just backing up anyone, you're backing up quality.
Exactly. And you know what? They're going to back you up, because they also know what they're doing. So. All right, finally, here we go. We're doing Splat Zones. We haven't seen that today. Yeah, you know what? This is one of my favorite game modes. Is actually the only one I am in S rank. I haven't played too much rank.
Yeah.
But this is one of the ones that I'm the only one I'm on S rank.
I think this is the only one I'm S plus on.
Okay.
But that's it's the only one. The rest I'm not too great, but
right.
But it's obviously it's a mode that very much emphasizes ink coverage, very much emphasizes you need to lock these people out and keep them out. And it's very hard on certain maps to get back in on these sorts of things. And Manta Maria, I would put that in the same realm, because there's not a whole lot of areas with which to get to the center of the zone.
No. And once you're in the center, and if you're able to push up with a couple people, 1-2 people up there, and keep them back, it is really hard to take back the center, because that middle beam right there, somebody with the long range
on the upper level, yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if somebody's using the Splatter Shot Pro here. My money's on Snorlax guy. He's pretty good with it. Let's see what he uses. He's been using anything but maybe he's switching it up for this game. Let's see.
That's one of my preferred for Splat Zones as well, is the Vanilla Pro, just because you have those point sensors to call out people that are coming into your zone. But also it helps your aim just a little bit too. It helps me anyway.
No, I agree. I completely agree with that. Like you gotta anything that benefits you is why not use it. I always say that, you know. For me, it's the NZAP, and for me, I know the how fast it shoots, and I know how many shots it's going to take to splat somebody. So it's just like, all right, let's get this started.
This is going to be an ink bath, folks. Sweet Potatoes, captained by Raptura. ZL, captained by Boing. They're both looking for their first victories of this tournament, as we see Sweet Potatoes starting off with a Splooshomatic, an NZAP 89, an Ink Brush, and the Dually Squelches. Again, very ink coverage oriented. But on the opposite side, a 96 Gal being employed.
It looks like Sweet Potato really got in the head of it. Got their zone up really fast.
Yeah, but 96 Gal being employed by ZL, you don't see that often, along with the Splashomatic, Rapid Blaster Pro, and a Splat Roller. And What do you think? How do you get back into this if you are ZL? Because I mean, they're giving it their all, but it's a dual zone. First of all.
Well, here we go. They're pushing up now. It seems like they just gotta get Boing there. Gotta fill up that spot, and they seem they're in control. They just killed everybody. That's a good way of doing it.
It's not really a coverage weapon that he's using, so it took a little bit longer than they may have liked. But I think that's BP Daddy using the 96.
Boing. Oh, no.
Can we get on BP Daddy real quick with B?
Yes, you're right. It is BP Daddy.
That's a little ridiculous, and I kind of love it. You know, I did love playing the 96 Gal just because I didn't realize there was so much RNG involved with it.
It's a fun weapon, but you have to be accurate.
Yeah.
You know, 1, 2, 3 shots in you splat the person, but again, you have to be accurate. That's another reason why I like the NSAP. Sometimes the user's able to splat around them. With that weapon, it's not necessarily a splat weapon. You have to go straight for the kill. One
of my favorite Splatoon YouTubers, the SRB2 dude, he's famous for using that 96 Gal and in his videos calling himself RNGesus. But it's an amazing moniker, right? But again, Sweet Potatoes just
taking charge right now.
Doing their work, and again, it's so hard to get back into that zone. They can take that one zone, but they can easily reclaim it, and they're just not finding a way to get back in. It's 2-2 on the field, but they're just a lot of those guys are still at spawn. Boing, he's doing his best to get it. He catches Raptura. Oh, get yourself a double, kid! But it is ultimately MF Burge that will reclaim the zone and is cutting it down to 20. I don't know if they're going to have time to reclaim it.
It doesn't look like it, but Snorlax guy there pushing up. There he goes.
They're giving it their all. Oh, wait a second.
Controller, VP Daddy.
The bomb rush is going to do it.
Oh, no.
But the good news is for ZL is that they have at least employed a penalty, and that 60-second penalty is going to be crucial in order to get them back into this. Only a 30-second penalty.
An orange cloud here. ZL cloud.
Only a 30-second penalty for ZL as we see. Oh wow, beautiful splat with the what was it? Dually Squelchers, I think it was.
Nice.
Excellently done. He will take that trade, but a splashdown will cause them to lose control.
Raptura over here.
Raptura doing that.
Havoc.
Raptura putting in that work, man. I tell you what, this guy's been all over the place. And last round, to no avail. He played an excellent game. But, man, Scooter, the way he rushes that zone with the Sploosha-matic is exactly the sort of support that an excellent player like Raptura needs, really.
Sweet Potato is not letting ZL breathe. They are not able to set anything up right now. As soon as they think they do, it's Sweet Potato taking it right back from them.
Raptura was able to Raptura was caught with that 96 Gal, and again, man, I mean, an unconventional weapon choice, but maybe you can get away with that here. Oh, and he drops the hammer on Raptura, but he will get caught from behind with those dually Squelchers. Indeed, it was. And again, I mean, you can see they're doing their darndest, but they're doing so good with their positioning. I think they're getting a little desperate, too. They're jumping in, and that causes Burge to just kind of sneak in behind with that ink brush. And again, they say speed kills. That is one fast weapon, and they're getting rid of their penalty. They are down to 10. This could be the final moments. Boing doing everything he can to get a splat with that Rapid Blaster Pro. He will not succeed. It is a knockout victory, 1-0 for Sweet Potatoes in splat zones.
I'm curious to see what kind of adjustments ZL will make here.
I mean, it seemed like they knew what they wanted to do, but for some reason it didn't shake out the way that they wanted. And as you saw, Raptura was 17. And Boing, again, his job is to splat and be accurate, and he was with 15 kills in that game. And I really do think it came down to the weapon choice of the rest of ZL, because obviously he knows what he wants to do, but it was the
56?
Sorry? The 96 Gal.
96.
And I really do think it came down to the weapon choice. The 96 Gal actually didn't do bad. I think it was the second best player on the team. But it was ultimately an effort between Raptura and I think Scooter combining for 30 splats in that game.
That's pretty good. And
Absolutely.
in a game where you have to be up to paint the zones, yeah, you don't want to die that many times.
Absolutely. I mean, the more time you spent being splatted, the less time you have inking that zone.
And the other team is just pushing forward slowly but surely.
Absolutely. It's they're saying that your volume is pretty low. Go ahead and talk again.
Hello? Hello? Better?
Is that better? We're gonna ask
Just making
from
sure.
one. I'm not sure how to, from one. And
Is it Froman? I
Froman-
think it's Froman.
That-
Now I seem a little loud, maybe. There we go.
that's just our master volume,
Okay.
but
Better?
we're going
There
to
we
we're
go.
going to get things kicked off.
Beautiful. He
for
said
match-
beautiful.
Match number
I
2, the
appreciate
Reef.
you watching, bro. Like, honestly, like, it's great to see him. We've been trying to get him to buy Splatoon 2 and join us here, and I'm going to make him. It's Froman. I was right.
Roman, there you go. I mean, what better way to be sold on it than by watching the action here in Splatboro?
And coming to it next time.
Absolutely, as we get things kicked off.
Oh,
Snorlax guy confirming kills
started.
already with that Splatter
The
Shot
Splatter
Pro.
Shot Pro, I knew it. It was coming out, and it was just a matter of time.
He'll be aided in terms of coverage by the NZAP 89, the Jet Squelcher, and the Splat
There he
Roller.
goes.
Meanwhile, being opposed by
There
a
he
Splooshomatic.
goes.
Oh, wow, he got
He
him.
got 2. There's 3.
And Raptura! My goodness, Snorlax guy, take a bow, young man.
Ah.
75-98 on the and it is only 3 on the field. Oh, full set now. But again, that Splooshomatic, the NZAP 89, the Ink Brush, and the custom Dually Squelchers being employed by Sweets Potatoes. They're going to have to find a way to get back into this match. They have control of the zone, but can they keep themselves locked out? No, the splashdown connecting with connecting
Wow,
Kizu.
that was far. That was.
Yeah,
There
he
he
did
is.
himself some work, and Scooter, yeah, he wants to get away. He knows
He
that
has to. Oh.
that is a very close-range weapon he's using. Now, one thing I want to talk about, the splashdown, it fell out of favor in the meta just because, yes, it covers a lot of ink, but it takes a long time to charge up, and we saw just how accurate those players can be at the World Championships.
I was gonna say, not only a long time, they shoot you off of it, and you know I've noticed that.
Oh, in midair.
Right, and I've noticed that more and more playing online. That it's like I loved it, but I don't use it as much anymore because by the time I try to use it, I'm dead. And it's I don't know. I prefer, like you said, the jet. What is it? The jet. What's
The
it
jet.
called? Yeah.
Yeah, the Inkjet.
The
Yeah.
Inkjet, yeah. And even though I know not a lot of people, the missiles.
We saw Boing with that Jet Squelcher. He is dangerous from range. And Snorlax guy.
Keeping him back.
He's got getting caught from behind. Raptura.
Oh,
Excellently
Raptura.
done. And he has an Ink Storm ready, and he will set that off as well. We have a couple people trying to come in from behind, and that's the thing about the Reef. It is so open, so many lanes with which to get to the zone, and really just one word can describe it: chaos.
This is chaos right now, and ZL is going to have to put their work in to get this zone back because Sweets Potato
The 10 missiles lead him right to the other
done
team.
them dirty, and it all started with nice. He splatted Raptura. That is huge.
But Scooter
Couldn't
just
get
rushing up to
Scooter.
base, and he'll
with
get
that
himself a double. Could be a triple if he's
Nope.
if he's
But
careful enough,
there,
but
he's
no,
he's waiting, wait for his moment.
he's
Raptura's
playing that
gonna-
sneaky game.
Oh.
I think 100%
There,
was
he got him. Yeah, he got him.
100% got caught with that Stingray, but Scooter getting himself a
another
double again.
It's a traded double. That's fair. I like it. Oh, and they got the lead.
Absolutely right. They they locked him out for just long enough, and there's a penalty that that Sweets Potatoes are going to have to guard to make sure that they don't lose it to ZL.
They're both on a penalty, so they're both working on it right now.
That's a big. Well, they did reclaim the zone, and
they
Boing.
have to move as a team, though. They're moving. I feel like ZL is moving a little too
widespread.
Yes, a little. They look 2v1 over here. Another one keeping them back.
Anyone who's played Dungeons & Dragons knows you never split the party, and while you do have a little bit more free reign in Splatoon, D&D it is not. Let's be fair, a little more fast-paced.
Yes,
but,
a lot more fast-paced.
But there's no denying that teamwork makes the dream work, and we have 2 people in the zone on ZL. They got to take control of that zone. They do with
As
10 left.
Oh, from behind. There you see?
There you
That's
go.
beautiful right there. That was great. That was great teamwork.
And they give him a 50-second penalty to boot, and now they will have to take back the lead somehow. They still haven't cut into that penalty just yet. But they are doing so right now,
it.
20 seconds into it. 4-3 on the field, 4-2 on the field. Excellently picked off, and
Oh,
100%.
Snorlax guy's going to get, yep.
Beautifully done with that NZAP 89,
in.
which, again, a great coverage weapon, but has a little bit of killing power up close, too.
The NZAP?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I mean, once you get to use it, and if you're able to cover them, their movement, it's a monster.
Peppers them with Tenta Missiles, 3-1 on the field in favor of ZL.
Tenta Missiles is what I like, especially to hold them back.
And they could very well do it right here if unless ZL is about to get into the zone. They do get one splat. We're down to 7. The penalty is gone. I think they're going to do it. They did.
Good game.
Wow. Sweet potatoes. I mean, we saw a valiant effort by ZL. All players involved, but man, Scooter and Burge and Raptura just combining for an incredible. I mean, look at that. What is it? 29 kills between Raptura and Scooter alone, and we saw a tremendous effort on the part of ZL, but ultimately, only so much you can do when you have a unit working together that cohesively.
Yeah, it is. It makes it really difficult. And you know what? That was a good game, 2-0. That set is over. I knew it was going to be Clam Blitz. I was going to say something. I wasn't quick enough. Man, I knew that was coming, though.
You knew it was Clam Blitz by the groans.
I knew it was coming.
Let's face it.
Yeah, I knew it.
It is definitely a polarizing zone, and this is where teamwork is truly emphasized. You need to be one unit. There cannot be a broken part on that machine. It needs to keep chugging if you want anything close to a knockout victory. Very hard to get KOs in Clam Blitz.
And Clam Blitz is that's what it is. It's hard to get KOs because it's like such a diverse game. Having to pick up the clams, but also paint so you can get in there, get the power football or the ball to get into the break the zone. It gets really interesting depending on what guns and weapons you use. The brush is great for this one. The brush, you're fast, pick up a lot, get in there, get out. You know, like it's interesting. I like Clam Blitz. I like watching it, and it grew on me. At first, I was like, ew, no. But you know what? I enjoy watching it. I enjoy playing it. Let's see how this turns out. Let's go. I'm excited.
And the squid in the back set everyone attack, and it turned into a Port Mackerel Clam Blitz. Sploosh-O-Matic, NZAP 89, a Splatter Shot, Vanilla Splatter Shot, and a Sloshing Machine being used by Sweet Potatoes, while ZL, the Ink Brush, Sploosh-O-Matic, the Rapid Blaster Deco, and the Splatter Shot Juniors. The first appearance of the Junior here.
Oh, I see. Okay.
And we see Boing using that Rapid Blaster Deco. Not using the Rapid Blaster Pro. What could be the reasoning behind this, Sumo?
Oh, I'm sorry. I was not. I'm trying to figure out the
controls. It's so hard to control it and commentate.
It is, actually.
Yeah, no. Welcome to my life.
Hold on. I'm trying to figure it out. How do I switch?
Oh, wait a second. We have a breakthrough here. 4-2 on the field, but they did break through. Did ZL, and that's going to give them a 29. That's going to give them a 29 count lead. 171 in terms of what's remaining. 3-3 on the field. Beautifully employed bomb by Snorlax guy. 100% trying to rush in with that power clam, but just was not able to do it. Wait a second. Someone snuck through. Wow, and they're trying to tuck it down. Raptura. Uh-oh, he's dangerous with that sloshing machine. Can he get another one in time? No, he cannot. It will go back up. It's only a slight penalty. And Snorlax guy with the pity clam. Oh, he was not able to avoid the Stingray 100%. Well done, young man.
Which one?
No, that was actually no, that wasn't him. He has Tenta Missiles for his special.
Oops. Oh, here we go.
Oh, the super jump, Raptura. Oh, good effort. But Boing is there to meet him with the Rapid Blaster Deco. We've seen so many Rapid Blasters in the meta lately.
This guy has the Berg splat down.
Vanilla Splatter Shot. I mean, we've seen Tentatech be so dominant in the meta lately. What's the reasoning behind this, do you think? Just preference?
I would think so. Man, I'm paying attention too much to this thing.
It's all good. No. I will say, in terms of, Scooter with that Sploosh-O-Matic, just you got to be able to hit those shots up close against the Sploosh. But I will say I do like play.
Ooh,
oh, wow. They just lined him up. Could he get a triple?
Perfect.
He gets himself a quad. Take a bow,
My
young man.
God, this is perfect time. They need to push.
Now's the time to strike, but you see that wave of ink
They pushed it.
coming up behind him. They take it down to 59. They do take the lead. It is 2-2 on the field, and Scooter.
Oop,
Oh, he's rushing in with that Splatboro.
You know that second one's coming.
Oh, they're
There
missing
it
that
is.
shot. He gets himself a double again with the clearance, but they cannot get enough clams in the basket. That could have been a chance wasted, but they do take the lead.
Let's see here. What happened?
And the pity clam. We see it being employed there. 100%. And
oh
no. Oh, just
no.
blue ink on every side.
It's
Could not
just-
get out.
They cannot get out. Right, look at 100% here with the NZAP, keeping them at bay, making sure.
Oh, but they did
nobody's-
break through.
Oh,
And all of a sudden, it's down to 31 remaining, and Raptura picking up all the clams he can. He will be boxed in by BP Daddy and his sploosh as well.
oh, Scooter taken out.
That was a
Oh,
good. That was a well-placed bomb, but the damage has been done.
100% there.
He does have Tenta missiles ready. He'll have to back out if he wants to use them. You do need quite a bit
You
of
got a
space
little
if
bit
you
of
want.
time, yeah.
Need a little bit of space if you want to use them
that
to its full effect.
double. Get that triple
again, that
100.
that barrier's
he
been
got it.
broken.
He got it.
Wait a second. We could see a knockout victory here, and there it
That's
is.
a
The power
knockout.
clam is the coup de grace, and we see Sweets Potatoes. Well, I think they got themselves another victory here
They
in
did. They
Clam
did.
Blitz. A knockout victory nonetheless.
1-0, and it was ZL's counter pick. That's a big deal right there. That's going to be interesting.
Raptura again, so dangerous with that sloshing machine,
You know-
and also combined with the NZAP 89. Excuse me, I don't know why that eluded me. Combining for 29 kills in that
They
one
were
match.
able to keep everyone on the other team at bay. They were not able to push. I'll try. I can keep trying. I can keep trying.
I think you ought to do it. Honestly, yeah. Now I was throwing it to you, and you were just
I
like,
was zoned out. I
Yeah,
couldn't do it.
it's so difficult
It's
to
one
do.
of those things.
Folks,
I had to try.
if you have ever been on the phone while commentating, if you've ever been on the phone while playing a video game, you know exactly what his struggle is. But believe me, it's a little tough.
It was like I'm over here trying to figure out. Yeah, I'm trying to hear him talk, but then at the same time I'm trying to get it to the right person who's doing an action, something cool, and it was just like, it's a little hard.
It's borderline impossible. I struggle with
I
it.
appreciate that. Froman.
Absolutely no. That was
There was one
that was
question.
my life in
He
May.
asked me
That
a
was
question.
nice.
I was like, hold up, no, nah, I'm over here
Yeah, no.
pressing buttons.
I'm trying to like give play-by-play and cue you, and you're like, yeah.
yeah,
Like,
yeah,
no,
yeah,
but
yeah,
that's
yeah.
all you can do sometimes. Like, I don't blame you at all.
Right. That was tough.
Froman,
Unless-
absolutely give him props.
That was one of those things you have to be really, really like comfortable with it and be able to just know it, because if you are talking about a certain weapon, it is quick to like just because you have the all 8 buttons, but no, not right now.
Clam Blitz at Muscle Forge Fitness will be the next one. If Sweets Potatoes wins this, they will claim their first overall aggregate victory here
Sweet
at
Potato,
Splatboro.
they lost their last game.
No, Sweets Potatoes won.
They beat
Yeah,
you guys.
Raptura.
Yeah.
No. They will claim their first victory
Oh,
here. No, they did lose the good GGs,
you're right.
but no. Regardless of that,
I was
but
like,
again, a
what?
valiant effort. Not a bad team at all, and they're
Not at
showing
all.
their
They're
worth
showing
here
it.
against
Yeah, they're
ZL.
showing it. For sure. Here we go. Let's see how this time around the brush was actually, it was negated last round. Like it was not able to do anything. And look at the coverage right now.
Yeah. Stop me if you've heard this before. Scooter is using a Splooshomatic, and he's being aided by Rapture with his Rapid Blaster Pro. Again, we've seen so much of that. A vanilla,
and he got taken out right there.
a vanilla splatter shot, and an NZAP 89. Meanwhile, ZL, wow, a full wipe of the map.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And they are going to ink all of that up as much as they can. They're going to have to keep a
100%.
full 4 players
pushed
at
a little
bay.
far. But you know what? Here, he missed with
Oh.
the football.
It was excellently defended by
Wow,
Kibazuka.
Good job, ZL. Oh, take Rapture. What? You let Rapture?
Oh, Raptura comes through and breaks through. My goodness.
Oh, no.
Raptura, dunk on them boys. But they are trying to defend their zone with an ink brush, a Sploosh-O-Matic, a mini Splatling, it looks like.
He broke the tentacles, you know, he broke his ankles in it, if you will, you know.
Kibazuka
like,
doing
bad.
so much work with that slosher, so well defended up until Rapture, just with no regard for human life, dunking on them boys. And as we saw, he opted not to go with the sloshing machine in this game. What do you think dictated the need to change it? Was it the map? Was it just he wanted to change things up, catch them sleeping, or what?
You have to catch them sleeping. If you get used to it, especially if you played a couple of games which they have already done, you think somebody's going to use the same weapon and then they don't. It changes up the whole dynamic of how you play this game. Snorlax guy here with the brush. He needs to get things going for his team right now. Definitely, he needs
as
two
an incredibly
more.
speedy weapon, and Rapture. Oh, that is not the.
Oh, but look how fast he's gone.
Rapture is not really the beast whose side you want to be poking. I will say that, but he does charge up an ink armor to help out his team. 4-3 on the field is back to a full set, but we saw again with that ink armor, definitely helping his team maybe just be a little bit more assertive. And Snorlax guy needs one more power clam. He will get it. And all of a sudden, wow.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to see from the brush.
And we have ourselves a tie game, but no, BP Daddy cannot.
No, no, unfortunately.
Well defended.
Okay. That was okay.
Absolutely.
And remember, with this game, it cannot be a tie. The first person to get to that score gets a 1-point advantage.
Took the words right out of my mouth, Sumo.
I felt you saying it, and I'm sorry I stopped you, but you know what? I thought about it at the same time. When you great mind think alike.
Wouldn't be the first time in this set. I'm sorry, did I say that out loud? No, it's all good. It's all good, Sumo. But honestly, you're doing a great job. You're explaining this incredibly well. But again, that defense that Sweet Potatoes played, that's where those ink coverage weapons come in.
Raptura with another break.
Well done, Raptura. I mean, that's his second power clam barrier break of the match. And eventually he's taken out by that ink brush, but he's avenged by his teammate. And yeah, the 70-81 advantage going to Sweet Potatoes. They only have a 10-second penalty.
Unable to put any other clams in.
And I really do think the difference thus far was how they defended. I mean, it's almost weird to say that ZL breaking the barrier was the defining moment of the match thus far, but it's how they defended it. Yeah. See, because now it's only at 71, unless they can get a clam in. Wait a second.
Here, Caboose.
Oh, and they do so.
Raptura.
And look at Boink.
Oh, there we go. They're all focused on over here in this corner, and they were over there throwing in clams.
Boing,
as soon as the barrier's back up, I think Snorlax guy's over there with the football.
No, he got taken out.
Oh, he did.
But you saw, I mean, they played such good defense before, and again, those three really big ink covering weapons with the sploosh, the end zap, and the splatter shot. Doing that work, and I think was a big part of their defense. Oh, look at this. The coordination with the missiles, and all of a sudden they take the lead back.
This is a problem.
Goodness gracious. There's a bunch of problems on that team. You kidding?
Here we go.
Problems for others. Oh, wow.
Oh, they took it right back.
BP Daddy taking out that double.
Kills.
Taking out the trash and throwing it out to the curb. Snorlax guy. Oh, but he's caught from behind by Raptura. Who else with that Rapid Blaster Pro Deco? So accurate, so deadly with it.
He just sneaks by everybody.
But he doesn't have a power clam with which to work with, but he will defend the goal. And it will go into
overtime. There's a
no, 100% can't defend it. Boing. Oh, but he gets taken out by Scooter. I mean, going right up to him and introducing himself with that Sploosh-O-Matic.
Oh!
He misses! He just missed the barrier!
No!
He missed the barrier and they break! Oh my goodness! They missed the barrier and that allowed...
Oh my god.
And that allowed them to sneak through with the other power clam. And that is going to be how this game ends. An absolute